Hello, my name is Colin Airdrie, and one of my main areas of expertise in logistics and supply chain management is in the field of warehouse design. I would like to introduce you to the key factors that will impact on the optimum design required to meet your warehousing or storage requirements. 4 factors should be considered when designing or laying out any storage or distribution facility, be it a large multi-temperature composite distribution center servicing a hypermarket network, a spare parts store in an automobile service center, or a raw materials store supporting a manufacturing operation. The 4 basic factors can be easily remembered using the mnemonic FAST, or FAST, standing for flow, accessibility, space, and throughput. These are not in any order of priority. Each is as important as the other, and your aim is to obtain the best compromise of these often conflicting influences. As one factor is considered and altered, each of the others should be revisited to see what is the impact of that change on the whole process. Let's look at flow. What we are looking for here is a logical sequence of operations within the warehouse where each activity is located as close as possible to that which precedes it, and also the function that follows it. We are concerned with the controlled and uninterrupted movement of materials, people and traffic with, if possible, no cross-flow clashes or areas of high traffic or work density. It is also concerned with the awareness of where material is located within the system and the status and location of storage and handling equipment and media. Our aim is to site and position the various warehouse activities in order to contribute to a smooth flow of operations with a minimum amount of movement and disruption. Next, we have accessibility. We are not only talking about whether or not we can get to the product, but can we get to the right level of pack? Take the example of bottled water, for instance. For a major FMC distribution center, we will be looking at being able to receive and issue product by the pallet load, possibly even by the truckload. So you only need to access full pallets and, since it is very fast moving with a fairly long shelf life, strict first in, first out, FIFO, to individual pallet level need not be followed. At the wholesaler or distributor level, you might be accessing down to case level, and then in the convenience store stockroom, individual bottles. It can go further than this. For pharmaceuticals, accessibility may need to be beyond individual item level down to specific lot and batch number. The requirements of levels of accessibility must be achieved, especially in the pick face and fast-moving stock holding areas, with a minimum compromise to the next factor, which is the use of space. When considering how to use the available space, the maximum should be allocated to operational storage and stock processing purposes, and the minimum space given up for associated functions such as offices, working areas, empty pallet storage, battery charging, etc. Today's wide range of storage media available on the market allows us to make optimum use of the cubic capacity of the available space, not just the floor area. As most of this equipment is freestanding and requires no structural support from the building itself, it means that the building can be of the simplest and cheapest big box design. It also allows us to build in flexibility to the operation by selecting the storage media to meet the current stock profile and then change it as the operation evolves to meet future requirements. This can be done without expensive and disruptive changes to the actual building. But remember, we still have to consider flow, accessibility, and now finally, throughput. When we look at throughput, we're not only looking at the categories of product passing through the warehouse, but also the nature of the product and its velocity through the flow. By nature, we mean the handling characteristics, dimensions, and any other factors that will impact on how it is moved through the flow, such as hazard, bulk, fragility, security requirements, and compatibility with other products. The velocity of the product will consider the volumes moving through the warehouse on a daily basis, linked with any seasonality. Peak period activities need to be determined, as do minimum activity levels. A high degree of availability of accurate throughput data will assist greatly in the outcome of the design or layout exercise. The better the data and the longer spent on collecting and analysing it, the less the risk. However, it is still possible to come up with an acceptable solution when one does not have the luxury of accurate data going back into history. You have to do the best with what is available. So in summary, when considering your warehouse layout or design, the factors of flow, accessibility and space must be balanced to enable the demands of throughput in terms of volume passing through and the time parameters to be met.